Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here and welcome to my first video explaining my TNA EWR save. If you didn't make the stream on Monday night, you'll see we done 6 weeks. We managed to go from the start date at the beginning of April, and we managed, if I just go to my events here, all the way through until Global Warfare. I kinda booked after that. With Monday Night Raw being on, I was still motivated to book a wee bit more, so we ended up going all the way up until after Slammiversary and beginning up to the July pay-per-view, which will be the Glasgow Glasson, which is going to be my hardcore pay-per-view based in Glasgow, Scotland. So just a quick update on what has happened so far. If I go to my first show, you see we debuted the likes of Delirious, we debuted MVP, we had Briscoes appearing. We had Celeste Bonin, formerly known as Caitlin, coming in and attacking Madison Rain, and AJ Styles returning. So I'm going to briefly go through most shows and just really highlight the pay-per-views so we're not making this video too long. After that, again, it's just bringing in a couple of people, bringing in like El Generico who got released, bringing in Adam Cole. We even brought in Carlito. Kevin Steen as well made his debut in this show. And as you see, Magnus and Angle were beginning to work because the title had to come off Magnus. He just wasn't over enough. His stats just aren't good enough for a champion. Yeah, again, show 3, as you can quickly make out there, is just more build up with Beth Phoenix debut. What happened there? Show 4 again, more build up. Chris Hero debut this time. I tried to get as many folk onto the roster as possible because TNA's roster was far too lightweight for my liking, and a lot of the talents like Eric Young and stuff like that went back to development till they get like 65 over, then they'll come up to the main show. Riot Act saw Austin Aries defend the X Division title against Adam Cole. Chris Hero beat Joseph Park for the television title before Joseph Park ended up going back with his old manager, Father James Mitchell, and he's turned back into Abyss now, so he's a big monster heel. MVP beat Billy Ray, AGA beat Sting. The Wolves would have won a TLC match for the tag titles against Bad Influence, and it would have been, so I think back to then, it would have been the Motor City Machine Guns who would have fought. It's hard to remember if I booked that much. And then just James Storm going over Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy over Robert Roode, and Kurt Angle winning the heavyweight title off of Magnus, thankfully. So it wasn't a great pay-per-view, but it builds to basically allow us to get more stars in. The next show, as you can see, Park and Sting started their kind of feud and all that. We started just kind of making El Generico like a glorified jobber, like having great matches but just coming up a wee bit short. We had John Morrison debut as well against Carlito. The next show after that, just more building up stuff, and not really anything I can highlight there with a Colt Cabana debut. Noticing segment 2, sorry, Magnus is now back up paired with Douglas Williams, so they're going to go as a British Invasion again to give us some numbers in the tag division. I'll just skip by the show on the 15th, Global Warfare, which was our second pay-per-view that was on stream, and when we ended the stream, Celeste Bonin defended the Knockouts title against Beth Phoenix. We had Chris Hero win a Fatal 4-Way, defending his television title against Cabana, John Morrison and Carlito. El Generico won the X Division Championship. We just decided to go away Generico, whose matches were just superb, so we thought, right, you're hot, we'll give you the title. The Wolves defended the title in a Fatal 4-Way this time. I think we just added the British Invasion to the teams we had in the last one. Abyss beat Sting. Team Billy Ray would have been Billy Ray, Kevin Steen, Robert Roode and James Storm against MVP, Jeff Hardy, Mr. Anderson and Samoa Joe. And Kurt Angle defends the title against AJ Styles. The next show saw a debut angle of Crow, which is Solomon Crow. We're going to change his name, I think. He's now in a faction called the Disciples of the Sin, which is James Mitchell, Abyss, Solomon Crow, and has now got Raven in it. And I think they debut in a couple of weeks' time. But also joining them is Conor O'Brien, who's Conor from WWE, and one more is, I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll need to check that. I'm going to check the stables out after this. Apart from that, you Jay Lethal making an appearance and just kind of changing the feuds a wee bit. With Aries going up against MVP, there's a bit of an angle going there. And just mixing it up a wee bit to try and get the heels over. Because we'd turned global by now, so a lot of our heels were kind of like, the top heels were like Alex Shelley and Kazarian, just because they had went over because of tag matches, so they were like 90 over. So really to try and build the likes of the Cowboy and Robert Roode over the next couple of months. So again, it's just matches like that. With Mickey James' debut, it's just kind of building all the feuds up for the next one. We also got another TV show, which is just an evening slot, a late evening slot, on CBS. We get higher ratings for this than we do for Impact. It's called Wrestling War on a Wednesday. We just debuted Michael Elgin was the other debutant, and he unfortunately broke his leg and is out for 7 months. That's how I forgot who he is. We tried to make it a decent card there. And we also got Primo, he got released. There's a lot of ex-WWE guys that have came over, like Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins. They're all in development, that's why there's no real mention of them at the moment. And they'll all come up eventually. Another show on Impact, just standard building up for the pay-per-view. We had Sarah Stock debut, we brought in Homicide, so we get LAX fighting against the Wolves. Again, Austin Aries is getting a decent push. Moving on till this is on the 12th of July. It was a big build up until Slammiversary because that was right at the end of the month. It was just a case of getting all the feuds over, basically getting people in the right place for when we get to the pay-per-view. I mean, the likes of this Austin Aries, great match against Generico, Morrison and Styles 95%, Abyss and Sting. So I'm just going to quickly go through these just to save time and take it to Slammiversary, where controversy starts to happen. Celeste Bonin defends the title again against Beth Phoenix. Okay. The day before Slammiversary, we lose Davey Richards to Ring of Honor. They signed him on a written contract. It wouldn't let me sign him on a written contract. He was happy with his open, and we lost him. Eventually, when we turned into July, it came up that the other one, it was Eddie Edwards that would have been then, didn't want to do any global commitments because he's working in Japan, so we lost both of the Wolves. So we had to drop the titles were dropped off them, and Bad Influence beat British Invasion and LAX to win the tag titles. Great match, but 99% match quality. Because we're still paying Alex Shelley 44 grand an appearance because he's in Japan, I just went solo with Sabin, losing it way to El Generico for the X Division title. James Storm beat Mr. Anderson. The stipulation match, Austin Aries against MVP. Obviously MVP is going across as the owner, investor type angle. So I thought Austin Aries against him in a ladder match. If Austin Aries wins, Austin Aries gets any title shot whenever he wants for whatever. So there'll be more to come on that. Billy Ray beat Samoa Joe. Abyss beat Sting via interference from Billy Ray. We're going to go with Sting against Billy Ray in the next couple of months. And Kurt Angle won a fatal 4-way, defending the title against AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy and Bobby Roode. The big bombshell, which has massively screwed up my plans for the future, is even though he's only 37, as you can see, if I go to meetings, AJ Styles is retiring at the end of this month. So I'll have to get rid of AJ Styles somehow. I need to basically job him out and let people gain overness from him. As you can see here, a lot of people come up for development. These are all the people that are on the main roster. Not all of them's going to come up, but they were good enough to keep, and we just need to try and fit them in. So guaranteed folk you're going to debut will be Jimmy Jacobs, Eddie Kingston, Rhett Titus, I think Tommaso will probably come up. Who else? Da Boy Creed is just Xavier Woods. I wouldn't let me call him Creed, so we just call him Da Boy Creed. Brian Jose, the artist formerly known as Abraham Washington. Maybe like Michael Bennett, Willie Mack, stuff like that. I mean, I'm quite willing to give as many people a try as possible just to make this company big and hopefully eventually do a roster split. So yeah, we're at the stage now. Kurt Angle still number one face, Jeff Hardy, Sting, MVP and John Morrison. The worrying side is the heels. AJ's retiring, Alex Shelley isn't on a written contract, and then you've got Kazarian, Bobby Roode and Austin Aries. I've done all the development, so we went from 360 odd in development in 3 months to 289, so that's just going to keep decreasing. Apart from that, I don't think there's much else to cover that you've missed. Titles, I say, Celeste Bonin's had the title since the 17th of April for Knockouts. Chris Hero has the TV title since the 27th of April, so he's going to keep that in a wee run. Bad influence at the tag champions because the Wolves vacated them. The X Division's still on Generico, he'll have a good run. And the champions Kurt Angle, will keep him on it for a while. But apart from that, I'm hoping to stream some more tonight, so hopefully, as you can see from our events, we'll push on. Maybe do Glasgow Glass and Aftershock, and maybe start the build up to Devastation in September. See, we've got another deal in to try and get to, as you can see there, for CBS to get another small show. When you're booking TNA, you really do need free shows, but I don't want to book 33 segments. It would be a week, plus you're adding your 8 for your pay-per-view, so some weeks you've done 40 segments. So if I can keep it to the 11 for Impact, 6 for wrestling, this show and 6 for another show, that means that you're only booking 23 and maybe 38 at a pay-per-view, so not too bad. So we'll go with that. Anyway guys, that's the video anyway for this. So hopefully we'll be streaming tonight, which is Tuesday the 18th of March. Hopefully we'll have some broad discussion. So if you like this video, please leave a like. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. If you've got any comments about my roster or any of my shows or who you think should be pushed if you watch the stream and stuff like that, let me know. If you're playing EWR yourself, let me know how you're going. And let me know how you're getting on, who you're pushing, who your champions are, anything. And if you want to play EWR, if you go to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/TwitterMaxwell, all the links are in right at the bottom of my channel. We basically link to the game, link to the current database, and a link to previous databases, like say the Attitude Era and stuff like that, scenarios, and a link to like basically the face pack, so you can have your roster basically looking like this. You know, great little old up guy doesn't get a picture, but like Adrian Neville. His current picture as Adrian Neville, basically, in TNA, in WWE, and the stuff like that. It's like the kind of Impact logo in the back of AJ Styles as well. So they kind of things are all on my Twitch channel if you just want to look there and find them. So until later on guys, thanks again, and I'll see you later on. Bye bye.